Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me today for the sample yoga therapy practice for low back pain. My name is Tammy Schraub. I am a yoga teacher and I am a yoga therapy student. And today's practice, all you'll need is a comfortable space to practice in. So it can be on the floor with no mat, but making sure that you're comfortable on the floor. So carpet, mat, whatever feels good for you. And then a chair, or you can practice close to a bed or a couch so that you can prop your legs up on. So the first thing we're going to do is find a comfortable resting position, which can be really tricky, especially if you are experiencing back pain. So we'll just begin by coming onto the floor, laying down, and having your knees bent. So if we lay down with our legs extended, that can create some pulling in the low back. So bending your knees and seeing if this is comfortable here. And I'll give you two different things to try. So a variation of Apanasana is just bringing one knee in towards your chest and seeing if that's a comfortable position to rest in. Or you might try out the other side, bringing the other knee in towards your chest and seeing if that is a comfortable resting position. And then another position that tends to work quite well for a lot of people is resting with your lower legs on the chair, couch, or bed. So I'm going to get closer to the chair. And then putting the lower legs on the chair so that your hips and knees are about a 90-degree angle. And then we're just going to take a moment to check in and see how we feel today. So notice if you feel any tension or discomfort, especially in your low back. See if it feels as if you're trying to hold yourself up and away from the floor, like you're gripping or holding any tension. And see if you can just, by noticing it, allow that to relax a little bit. And then we're going to do a couple of breaths together. So just begin by bringing your attention to your breath. And then you can apply this in your own breath as it comes up. So as you inhale, feel your chest expand and then the belly rises. And as you exhale, gently hug in your low belly. As you inhale, chest expands and then the belly rises. And as you exhale, gently hug in your low belly. And we'll do one more breath like that. And then if you are resting up on the chair, couch, bed, just taking your legs down, and I'm going to scoot back away from the chair for a little bit of movement on the back. So bringing one foot off the floor, then the other. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees, please. Fingers facing down your shins. This is Apanasana. So we're going to bend the elbows and bring the knees in towards the chest. And then straighten the arms, allowing the knees to fall away from the chest. So let's add breath to that. As you exhale, gently hug in your low belly, bending your elbows, bringing your knees in towards your chest, little stretch for your hips and low back. And then as you inhale, straighten your arms, allowing your knees to fall away from your chest. And we'll do that 4 more times. So as you exhale, gently hug in your low belly, bending your elbows, bringing your knees in. And inhale to straighten your arms. And exhale, gently hugging in your low belly, bringing your knees in towards your chest. And inhale to straighten your arms. 2 more times like that. Exhale, gently hugging in your low belly, bending your elbows, bringing your knees in. And inhale to straighten your arms. And one more time. Exhale, bending your elbows, bringing your knees in, hugging in your low belly. And then inhale to straighten your arms. And then take your time releasing one foot to the floor, then the other. Our next posture is Dvipada Pitam. So you can have your feet underneath your knees and your hands down by your sides. And then you're just going to press into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips up any amount. It doesn't have to be a huge movement. And then bringing your hips back down. So let's do that with breath this time. As you inhale, press into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips up. And as you exhale, hug in your low belly, bringing your hips back down. We'll do it one more time like that. Inhale to press into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips. And as you exhale, bringing your hips back down. So let's add arm movement to that. As you inhale, press into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips, and bring your arms up and overhead, reaching and stretching behind you. And as you exhale, bringing your arms and hips back down. And we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale to press into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips and arms up. And as you exhale, bringing everything back down. See if you can time it so that your hips and hands touch the floor at the same time. One more time. Inhale. Press into the soles of your feet, taking your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, bringing your arms and your hips back down. And then pause for a moment. Feel your low back and hips. And then take your time. We're going to roll over to our side. So you can roll over to one side, supporting your head with your arm if that feels good. And then use your hand or your hands to help you press up. And we're going to meet in tabletop position. So in tabletop position, your shoulders will be over your wrists and your hips will be stacked over your knees. And I'm going to show you first, in case you're not familiar with this. The pose is called Chakravakasana. So it will look like this, lifting the chest, looking up slightly, and then shifting back into child's pose, bringing the forearms to the ground, chest towards the thighs, hips towards the heels. So we'll do it together once and then we'll add the breath. So go ahead and pull your shoulders back, lifting your chest, looking forward slightly, and then begin shifting back, bringing your elbows towards the floor, chest towards your thighs, hips towards your heels. So let's add the breath. As you inhale, you're going to shift forward to hands and knees, pulling your shoulders back. And then as you exhale, hug in your low belly and begin bringing your elbows down towards the floor, chest towards your thighs, hips towards your heels. And we'll do it a few more times. So as you inhale, lead with your chest coming forward, coming back to hands and knees, pulling your shoulders back. And as you exhale, hug in your low belly. As you begin shifting your hips back, bending your elbows, chest towards thighs, hips towards heels. 2 more times like that. Inhale, coming forward. And as you exhale, pull in your low belly, bringing your elbows down towards the ground, chest towards thighs, hips towards heels. And last one, as you inhale, come forward to hands and knees. And as you exhale, begin shifting back into child's pose. And then take your time coming forward onto your stomach. We're going to do a little bit of back strengthening. So let's bring the hands in line with the face. And you can take your hands kind of wide so that it gives your shoulder space in between your arms. Tops of the feet on the mat, hips distance apart, and bring your forehead or cheek to the mat. And so you're going to pull your elbows back. Well, it's going to feel as if you're pulling your elbows back, but they're not really going to move. And that's going to help you bring your chest forward and up. And then bring your forehead or cheek back down. Let's do it with breath. So as you inhale, drawing back on your elbows, lifting your head, chest, shoulders, looking forward slightly. And as you exhale, hugging your low belly, bringing forehead or cheek back down. As you inhale, lifting head, chest, shoulders off the mat or the floor. And as you exhale, pulling your low belly, forehead, cheek to the mat. Let's do it a couple more times. So as you inhale, lifting head, chest, shoulders off the mat. And as you exhale, pulling your low belly, forehead, or cheek to the mat. And one more time, as you inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders off the mat. And exhale, forehead or cheek back down. And then pause here. As long as it's comfortable, you can stack one hand on top of the other, making a little pillow for your forehead. Or turn your head to the side. As you inhale, allow your belly to expand, pressing into the mat, stretching and relaxing your low back. And then take your time coming back to hands and knees. So we're going to revisit the posture that we did just before this, Chakravarkasana. But this time we're going to go back just a little bit at a time. So you've already done the full length of movement. I don't want you to be like too analytical about this or overthinking it, but we're just going to go back about a third of the way twice, and then 2/3 of the way, and then all the way. So coming to your hands and knees, shoulders stacked over your wrists and hips stacked over your knees. Since we already know the movement and breath, as you inhale, lifting your chest, pulling your shoulders back. And as you exhale, coming back just a third of the way. So your elbows are coming down and maybe they're almost touching, and head is looking back towards your knees. And then as you inhale, come forward to hands and knees. And we'll do that one more time. So as you exhale, coming back a third of the way. So almost touching, looking back. Inhale to come forward. This time we're going to go back 2/3 of the way. So as you exhale, going back 2/3 of the way, your forearms will come all the way down. And then as you inhale, coming forward to hands and knees. We'll do that one more time. And exhale, going back 2/3 of the way, bringing your forearms down. Looking back towards your knees. Inhale, coming forward. And twice we'll go back all of the way. So as you exhale, bringing your forearms down, hugging in your low belly as you shift back. And one more time. Inhale to come forward. And as you exhale, pull in your low belly, bending your elbows, chest towards thighs, hips towards heels. And then take your time coming forward onto your stomach. We're going to do a similar thing to what we just did, Bhujangasana, but this time we're going to have an adaptation where we move our legs. So come onto the floor, forehead or cheek to the mat. And this time bring your legs together, feet together, or as close together as touching. And as long as it feels okay, you can bring your hands in line with your chest. If you like the forearms down, that works too. And so from this position, as you inhale, you're gonna, same thing, like you're tracking back on your hands just to help lift your chest forward, keeping your legs together. And then as you exhale, forehead or cheek to the mat. One more time. Inhale, lifting head, chest, shoulders off the mat, keeping your legs together if you can, and exhale, forehead or cheek. So this time we're going to separate our legs about 3 inches apart. So it's not a huge movement. Think about 1.5 inches each foot. It doesn't have to be perfect though. And then from this position, we'll lift twice. So as you inhale, lifting head, chest, shoulders off the mat, turning your head to the center if you're turning your cheek, and then exhale to bring forehead or cheek back down. And as you inhale, lifting head, chest, shoulders again in this leg position, and exhale, bringing forehead or cheek back down. So again, we're going to move our legs about 3 more inches. Maybe it's a little bit wider than hips distance apart this time, and we'll lift twice this time. So as you inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders off the mat, and exhale, forehead or cheek back down. And one more time, inhale to lift head, chest, shoulders, and exhale, forehead or cheek back down. And again, you can make a little pillow for your forehead. We're going to rest for a breath or two, allowing your belly to expand, pressing into the mat. And then take your time when you're ready. We're just going to roll over onto our back. So rolling onto your back, just so that you are looking up towards the ceiling. And you can have your knees bent. We'll stretch the backs of the legs as well as the low back this time. So with your legs bent, keep your left foot on the floor. And let's bring the right knee in towards the chest, hands behind the knee, please. As you inhale, you're just going to work this right leg towards straight, keeping a slight or generous bend to the knee so that there's no stress or strain in the back of your knee or your low back. And then bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. And we'll do that 2 more times. So as you inhale, pressing your foot up. And exhale to bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. And one more time, inhale, pressing up. And exhale to bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. And then we're going to take that foot back to the floor and switch sides. So resting your right foot on the floor. Take your time bringing your left foot up, bringing your hands behind your knee. And same thing on the side. So as you inhale, pressing your foot up. No stress or strain in the back of your knee or your low back. And then bending your knee on the exhale, bringing your knee in towards your chest. 2 more times. Inhale to press up. And exhale to bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. And last time, inhale to press it up. And exhale to bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. And as long as both sides feel okay doing that posture, we're going to try doing them both at the same time. So this time, bring your right knee in towards your chest and take both hands behind their respective knees. As you inhale, press both legs up towards the ceiling, working them towards straight, but again, keeping a slight or generous bend to your knees. And as you exhale, hug in your low belly, bringing your knees in towards your chest. And 2 more times like that. Inhale to press up. And exhale to bend your knee, bring them in towards your chest. And 1 more time. Inhale to press up. And exhale, bending your knee, bringing them in towards your chest. And then bring your hands to the tops of your knees, please. And we'll finish with just a couple of rounds of Apanasana. So as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows, bringing your knees in towards your chest. And then inhale to straighten your arms, allowing your knees to fall away from your chest. And exhale, bending your elbows, hugging your knees in. And let's do 2 more. So inhale to straighten your arms. And exhale, bending your elbows. And last one. Inhale to straighten your arms. And exhale to bend your elbows, bringing your knees in towards your chest. And then release one foot to the floor and then the other. And again, we're going to rest for a few minutes. So if it's comfortable for you to rest with your knees bent like this, but I highly recommend actually I'm rolling over to one side. And then using your hands to help you press up and getting close to your chair, couch, or bed so that you can rest with your back fully relaxed as long as it's comfortable. So getting close to the chair, couch, bed, setting your lower legs up on it and resting. So allowing your hips to relax into the mat and your back to relax. Feel your shoulders on the mat or the floor. Feel your neck. And then the back of your head on the mat or floor. And then if it feels comfortable to do so, you can bring your hands to your stomach or one hand on your stomach, one hand to your chest. And we're just going to take a few breaths together. Excuse me. So as you inhale, feel your chest expand and then the belly rises. And as you exhale, gently hugging in your low belly. As you inhale, feel your chest expand and then the belly rises. And as you exhale, gently hug in your low belly. Let's do 4 more breaths like that. Breathing on your own. Maybe allowing your exhales to extend just a little bit longer. You can continue to relax and rest, or the practice is over, so you're welcome to bring your legs back to the floor, rolling over to your side, and pressing to sit up. Thank you once again for joining me for this practice for your low back. May it serve you